you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, welcome to the Roundtable. You're watching us or listening to us on BroadwayWorld or here on the Broadway Podcast Network. And I have exciting news. This is the 500th episode of the Roundtable on Broadway Podcast Network. That means over 500 people have decided to waste part of their day by talking to me. And do you know the person whose fault this all is? I went to his house. He made me chicken. He has very expensive Le Creuset pots. Very blue, very nice. And he has a room full of all sorts of theater artifacts and books and CDs and albums. He is like a walking encyclopedia of theater, pop culture. He's worldly. He made me chicken and he said, Robert, you can do a show and you can call it the Roundtable. And that's none other than international superstar. He has millions of more streams of his albums and his work than mine. He has a song that has many streams, multiple songs, and sold out shows. I don't even know why Robbie Rozelle is doing this because his show is almost sold out at 54 Below because it is always an event of the season. He's my good friend and I really miss him. And it's just an excuse to bust his chops. He's coming to 54 Below with my music director, Yasuhiko Fukuoka. He's mine and Robbie borrows him. And now Robbie's going to yell at me and say he's his, but he's lying. Robbie Rozelle is back.
Hey, guess who I have a rehearsal with tonight? My music director, Yasuhiko Fukuoka.
So when you see Yaz, I'm so happy I let Yaz off of my schedule to work on your show because I know,
Mm-hmm.
Because really this interview is supposed to be about Robbie, but we all know that Robbie's favorite albums he's ever worked on is Patti LuPone and Robert Bannon. And
yeah, they're hand in hand.
Not in that order either. And Robbie, you are our guest for our 500th episode on BPN.
Robert, when you came over and like there was a spread and you were just like, I need to do something. What can I do? And I said, just, you love talking to people. You love talking to performers and entertainers of all types, writers, etc. Have them on, call it the Roundtable. My idea was that you would have like 5 people of a certain thing on, right? And they would do a round table. But you have made it so much more and so much better than anything I thought of.
I don't know. Well, firstly, I got stuck on the spread because you have to understand if you go to Robbie and Len is over Robbie's shoulder right there. And you go to their house, and Len is a good Italian boy. And Robbie loves to entertain people. And they have a little bar and they have a really cute charcuterie board. Like their charcuterie comes out. And see, I know Robbie and Len enough that they're my favorite people to go out with because I don't have to be polite. Like if I want to eat prosciutto, I'm going to just eat the pound of it right there on the table.
Yeah. You love a salty meat. I heard it.
That's Robbie's new cabaret show coming to 54 Below next year.
Great. Catch me. You love a salty meat.
So, Robbie, I joke about the streaming, but like people really, in all humility, I know you're going to be humble and make a joke about this, but a lot of people have streamed your music. A lot of people have loved Songs from Inside My Locker. A lot of people have loved your live shows. You've kind of become like a cabaret folklore story that you were not into cabaret in the beginning to do as many shows and in many venues as you've now performed in.
That's correct. I truly, it was always just going to be a one-off to like entertain my friends because I kept working with other people, and every time 54 would say to me, hey, you should do your own thing. And nobody's going to come see that. Turns out they did. And now we're in year 8. This is my 10th wildly different show across many venues. So I played 54, I played Birdland, I played Green Room, I played London's Crazy Cox, and I've guested at like Chelsea, Table Station, a bunch of others. But it was just supposed to be one time. This was not intended, and suddenly I'm a cabaret icon.
You are a cabaret icon. You are Robbie Rozelle, cabaret icon.
Yeah, legend, whatever, sure.
Legend, icon, whatever word you were talking about. May 23rd, it's Friday at 9:30. The show is called Citation Needed. And while I have you here, go to 54below.org. It's not .com anymore.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, .com will reverse to .org, I'm sure.
It will get you there, but it's 54
it
below.
Nonprofit, guys. And look at you on the fly.
54below.org. And if you want to follow Robbie on Instagram, you can go to @DivaRobbie. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I thought it was. I did it out of memory, but then as I showed it, I was like, I'm going to mess this up.
Oh my God. Robert, you know me. Of course you know. Diva Robbie was my AOL screen name when I was 16 and it stuck.
Were you in chat rooms? Did you use the AOL Messenger chat room?
Yeah, back when Playbill Online was just a part of AOL, like dial-up. Yeah, which is just a M for M chat room. Let's be real.
For real, I know I'm jumping around and I want people to buy tickets. And if you want to see chaos and you want to see singing and you want to see jokes and you want to see
all this
mess, then May 23rd. So my question to you is, I know your story about you growing up in New York State.
Yes.
And
that's the songs from inside my locker.
And I know that you met Len when Len would stalk you at a bookstore.
Yes.
And you and Len meet and start to date, and you have this idea that you're going to come to New York, and you guys have to be separate, and you had no ins to this business. You were not born with you're not a Nepo baby. You were not, you and Len were not born in with a trust fund. You did not get delivered at Actors Equity Building. You guys came with a dream and a love of music and theater and art. And do you ever
not
take
just
go ahead.
but like I came here like independently. We got an apartment together, but he lived at home for nearly 2 years to buttress like what we were doing here. And so he would drive in on Fridays, leave on Sundays, and then during the week it was just me in New York and him in Pennsylvania, just until he could find something here as well, and like we could work together.
So, like, dead serious, do you two, if you don't know, Len is the creative guru, director extraordinaire over at Playbill. And
yeah, he produces all of their events and things.
And Robbie, does A&R for Center Stage Records. And if there's a Broadway cast recording or a favorite Broadway or cabaret artist, Robbie's produced albums. Robbie's on the group of people who make these things happen besides performing. Is there ever a moment where you look at each other and like, are you amazed? Like there's a lot of dreams that have come true.
Every day of my life, we will sit in our living room sometimes and just look and just say, Can you believe this is us? This is truly more than either of us ever thought of or dreamed up. And the fact that we get to live it out every day is a shocking miracle. Like it's a showbiz miracle. It's like something that could only happen in a movie. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Because I think about it, like there were many days where you could have decided not to come here and not to take a step to do this. You could have been managing a bookstore and he could have been selling used cars. I don't know, whatever. And you guys could have never it's a real lesson in like the fearlessness that you did it.
Yeah, it was very much like it just leap and trust that the net will appear sort of approach to life. I'm really happy I did it, but I know first and foremost, like without him, that wouldn't have happened, and that making that decision together is the best thing that we ever did, other than getting married.
And now you guys are together how long?
20 years.
20 years, you little old man. Come on. Yeah. So when you see a Robbie Rozelle show, everybody, you're going to get a little bit of his personality. You're going to get music, a wide range of songs. And, and you get your story. Your storytelling.
That's true. My weird story has so many chapters and parts to it, things that I've done in my life, and I certainly have crazy showbiz stories. And every time 54 gives me a, hey, it's time for a new one, I show up and with something brand new. Like it's very rare that I repeat songs or anything. And the idea for this one, the reason it's called Citation Needed is because I'm going to write my Wikipedia entry in real time because I don't have one. And that's rude, as they say on Death Becomes Her. That was rude.
You're going to write it on the stage.
Yeah. Now, will it be a Fisher-Price keyboard? Unclear.
And there's
but it is me 6-piece band, my backup singers, the whole.
You have backup singers?
Yeah, you might know them because they did the Pride show for us last year. Sam and Chris.
You stole my backup singers?
Yeah, you stole my MD, so I was like, tit for tat. Actually, I'm just giving people work.
Well, it's fair because I canceled my Pride show, and now you have no excuse not to do that at Robbie's, because Robbie is going to celebrate life on May 20th.
I mean, you have an excuse not to be there.
I'm going to get married, and Robbie's going to be at my wedding, and Robbie's going to do his whole 54 Below show at the reception of my wedding. He doesn't know.
Oh, no, because I will be partaking of what I'm assuming is a large amount of food.
And an open bar for 6 hours. So, that's what we're going to do. So I hope Robbie doesn't even remember being at my wedding when the wedding's over.
I think you want me there. And no.
Yes.
I'll have better hair then. I have to hold off. I keep seeing gray hair. I look crazy, but it's all because I'm getting it cut for the show. So.
Yeah, well, 54below.org, people, when you get your tickets, because Robbie is going to put on a show and a party that he can. It's like a cocktail party, but Robbie, you make me feel like when I'm there, it's a conversation we're having right now, set to music with incredible musicians and your voice singing songs. What I love about what you do and your craft of what you do is you hone a really tight, fun show and story. You come up with a great idea and you don't make it feel cheesy. How much work do you put in to tinker with your show from when you come up with an idea and you get your list of songs and you cut them and move them and shape them?
Oh God, this one started last November. And so I've been thinking about it for months. And, I have 2 pieces of specialty material that were written for me that I'm doing. It's all, and I'm very definitive with a set list, and that is, I know what I'm doing. Once I decide on the stories I want to tell, then I can fit a song to story. It's just because we work together a lot. I build shows with you all the time, except, this year. And
there's been years we wish to forget the shows we might have built, but that's another story.
No, but you should all stream Rewind because it's a very good album of Robert Bandon's show that we built together.
And we produced it.
But I sat with you and I said, all right, let's tell me some stories that we can go through. And you tossed me 6 or 7 crazy ones, and we fit music to it. And that it's like writing a play, really, with existing songs. So I'm literally writing jukebox musicals. And I've never thought about it like that before, but it's true.
Wait, so it's very valid. You could put this on Broadway tomorrow, and you could. Wait, because that's all Broadway's just jukebox musicals and movies that used to be.
Sure, heard.
Robbie, but when you tell us, does your script, do you know exactly what you're going to say? Is it a rough outline? Some of your one-liners are really funny. Do you come up with them on the fly? Do you have
on the fly?
For real?
Yeah. About the only thing I ever really know I'm going to say is the line of dialogue that will lead into Yaz playing. And everything else. That's why my band never hears me rehearse patter. Partly because I want to make them laugh on stage, because that's encouraging laughs in the audience. I'm not stupid. And, and partly because I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know that I can tell a concise story and hit a good end to that story, because it's all cocktail stories. Again, it's what I say to you all the time and what you just said back to me. I'm throwing a party for my friends and I'm standing at a piano telling stories. That's it. We're all in a basement with booze. It's not that deep. Some people go deep, and I'm like, I don't need your emotional K-hole. I don't need your trauma. You don't have to bleed out for me. Just singing some Jerry Herman songs.
And that's what you do so well. It's a fun evening. You're not going to go, and you're not going to. There's sprinkles of seriousness. There's some deep moments. There's stories that you've told. There's moments throughout your shows. I'm not going to even bring up past moments because I don't know if you're doing anything from the past in these shows.
No.
like you become known for certain songs that you have done and you've pulled them out, or there's been very high point moments. You've done covers from Sesame Street, you've done Harry Chapin cover. They're deep, like they're not just party in a bag songs. Like there's moments of beautiful, deep musicality in Robbie's sets. And I have secretly seen I'm not going to say anything, but I've seen the set list.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a wide range of pop.
There's some pain in there. Yep. There's some Ingrid Michaelson in there. It goes all over the place.
You keep raising the bar too vocally. Like you are like, I am not going to rest on some nice little 4/4 3-minute ditty. Like you are gonna, ever since you sang Meadowlark, you've become a diva.
Well, it was written for me. So Liz Calloway sends me a text. What song are you stealing?
That literally Robbie's show at Birdland, he had Liz Calloway there and he sang all of her hits in her face.
Mm-hmm. And then she gave me a cease and desist. Weird, right?
So you never know who's going to show up at a Robbie Rozelle show, and you never know what's going to happen on stage or what he's going to sing or what he's going to say. You know, I know you behind all the jokes and all of the fun, you are a very serious person about the world, about, you know, about the things are crazy out. Robbie, the world is on fire.
It's burning.
So do you feel the responsibility to address that in the show?
Of course. How can you not? I started performing right when he was elected the first time around. And I was like, well, I can get over anything because that's the scariest thing that's going to happen in my lifetime. So that's when I started. And I always I think that all art is political in some way. And I also feel a need to lift people for an hour, which is what you do with the Roundtable, right? Every Thursday, every podcast, you're talking to creators and looking for a way through. Yeah.
And we need that more than ever. And I think that's why tickets are flying people to see Robbie Rozelle at 54 Below. You can get a Caesar salad. You can grab yourself a drink. You'll be no further than 30 feet away from Robbie. His sweat will come whack you in the face. It is just always
just like Jonathan Groff, just moist.
So working with Yaz, who has been the greatest gift in the world.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I will admit it, only here, that Robbie did send me Yaz, and he told me we created. Yaz never says no. So when you come up with your crazy set list and you mash up crazy songs and you come up with that, Yaz and your partnership with Yaz has been, I know, a real blessing to you and your show. He makes our shows better.
Truly, he will take anything that I do, and I have to say, do it. But he will lift it and make it even better. He is, you know, he does sort of tilt the head sometimes. You know, when you get the head tilt, like Stewie, just a football head, right? Yaz gives me the Stewie a lot. But then he'll say, oh, no, this works. And I say, yeah, I'm smart. But he also like is very honest with me. You know, we had a rehearsal last week where at the end of it, he just said, parts of that are good.
That's that.
Yeah. But good. Like, I want to work with people who make me better and push me to be better, right? Just like you would want to.
Maybe.
So want to be better.
No, I want to be better and I want to get better. And I think we both are people who get very frustrated if it's, you know, we don't do shows all the time. Like there's not a week residency. So we're doing 2 shows, 1 show a year. Sometimes Robbie's doing 1 show every couple years. You know, you want to make sure that you put it together and make it special. And you put, it's really you blood, sweat, and no one's doing this for money. Robbie will say it's the best time. What hobby? You call it a hobby.
Yeah, it is the world's most expensive on-land hobby. We're not flying into space, Katy Perry, but
didn't work for her either. Really great.
She kissed the ground and a girl.
And maybe Robbie and me will have to sing "I Kissed a Girl," and I disliked it at a private.
I'm so sad that we're not singing. You're not doing the Pride show because we were going to do Loathing from Wicked.
Which would be really great. It's a lot of
Yeah.
words.
I'm not even learning these words, so like, why would I learn yours?
That's not true. Robbie's a real rehearser. Like what people don't know is he listens to these songs to the point where he's so tired of them that the second the show comes up, he's physically ill because he doesn't want to sing the songs in his show. He just been streaming them for a full year.
That's true. I make a playlist and it just keeps rotating. We're going through the medley tonight, and the medley's crazy.
How many songs are in the mystery medley?
Six. Is that true? Hold. I believe it's 6. It circles around, so let me just look at it super fast here.
While he's looking, Diva Robbie on Instagram, 54below.org for your tickets, May 23rd, 6 songs plus, I don't know, 20 more, 12. How many songs are you doing? A lot.
15, 14?
15 or 14 songs with the lyrics? Do you have a teleprompter like Patti LaBelle?
No, God, I wish I had the Streisand teleprompter that even had like my jokes.
Me too. I love when it says like, hold for applause. Welcome to Brooklyn. Hello, Brooklyn. I love, oh my God. Can we do that one? Can we be fancy enough to have a teleprompter? It's all I want.
Sure. I wish I was famous enough for one. That'd be great.
Me too. All right, we have something to aspire for next year.
I think for you, we're just going to get a full choir. Like a Christmas choir on the stairs. Oh, no, we're doing it 54. A Christmas choir at the bar. Seems appropriate.
Yes, I'm done. And I want to be there. You know, I'm really sad because I'll be in New York and I'll be in New Jersey. I'll be in the vicinity. It is the night of my rehearsal dinner. I get married 2 days later. Otherwise, because the other day, Robbie came on the Roundtable pre-show and Darius had a fit that we were not going to Robbie's show because Darius has never been to a Robbie show. And Darius is a good time because he has
Well,
because he stole me into Detroit, the land of Coney dogs and Faygo soda, and took me away from New York City. And I need him to see. So you got to do more shows, Robbie. I'm just putting it out there.
Are you paying for them?
No, I can't even afford to pay for my own shows.
Right.
Okay. Well,
54 asked me to come. They've requested a by popular demand return, and I said, let me sell out this one first.
Well, we're going to sell it out. Everybody, May 23rd at 9:30. You have nothing else to do.
You'll laugh.
It's Memorial Day weekend. You're not going to Fire Island. You're not going down the shore. You're not going to wherever else people
Robert's wedding.
You're not going to Robert's wedding because you weren't invited. So you can go. Robbie Rozelle's show is the place to be in New York City on May 23rd.
New York's hottest club is 54 Below. Citation Needed. The show is everything.
What can we look for that you're working on recording wise? Because I know you've been in and out of recording studios every day.
That's true. We are mixing Floyd Collins right now, the original Broadway cast recording, and it looks like there's another Broadway cast album from this season that's yet to be announced.
Okay, so you're busy.
And a couple of other things, yeah. Until they're announced, I can't talk about them, but I'm so busy that I fell asleep at 8 o'clock last night. I sat down, I put on America's Next Top Model, episode 1, season 1, and was out 5 minutes later.
See that you're a Sagittarius. Yeah, I get you. Because my brother's a Sagittarius, my best friend Mike is a Sagittarius, and Darius is a Sagittarius. So the other day, we had Cinco de Mayo. We had his sister, and I'm going to waste your time with 30 seconds of the story. We had his sister and his cousin. He cooked. He made fajitas. He made tacos. We had margaritas. It was cute. And after it was over, everyone went home at 8 o'clock, and he went upstairs to take a shower and get ready for bed. I was like, where is Darius? And at 8:05, he had fallen asleep on the bed watching Bonanza. Like he's 186 years old.
Bonanza?
Bonanza, Robbie.
No, the Judy Garland show was on opposite Bonanza, and so do better.
Well, I'm going to tell him. Firstly, he gets his gay card revoked, unless he's into cowboys, which then he wouldn't have been marrying me. Secondly, because when you think cowboy, you think...
I'm just picturing you singing This Ain't Texas, You Can't Hold 'Em.
But you, watching America's Next Top Model, season 1, episode 1, it makes sense to me.
A friend of mine was just like, Oh my God. Do you remember America's Next Top Model? I said, no, that's like a blind spot for me. And she was like, this show is crazy and would never be made now. And they are correct.
Well, we'll have to all get gay binge watching available right now online. And everybody out here, gays and what do you call them? Gays and gay adjacent people looking to have a good time, people looking to have a really fun evening out. Please go to 54below.org, get your tickets. He's back in the basement. I like that basement song that you sang that one time. It's a good one.
Well, yeah, that's when I reopened 54 with a show called Back in the Basement.
That's a good song.
Yeah,
all the
it's
songs
not going to be Citation Needed, but it's very good.
No.
Great writer.
But there's some original songs I've heard that you're singing that are also great, and you need to check them out. Follow Robbie on at Diva Robbie on Instagram to see what's the next one. And we love you so much. We so thank you for being here.
I love you. I love everything that you do. To me, you are perfect, etc.
I wouldn't, for dead serious, all jokes aside, I wouldn't have the show. I wouldn't do shows in New York City. I wouldn't record music anymore if it wasn't for you. You have opened so many doors.
That is something I'm doing with you.
You've opened so many doors. You've pushed me and encouraged me and made me feel like there's a home and community for me. And I'm forever grateful because I wouldn't do any of this without you. And I'm not doing it with anybody else. So you have to live forever.
Well.
Ever. Like 162. Come on, Robin. We got so much to do. I'm not ending till we play Puerto Vallarta.
Same.
Done. I love you so much.
Why are we not there in Palm Springs, like where the gays are?
I'm going to work on that now.
How do we get on the gay circuit?
We can't. Can I get a gay cruise ship?
P-Town. Yeah. You would sell like gangbusters on a cruise ship with all your rewind.
Come on, but why can't we both do it? Like Sonny and Cher, but the gays version.
Isn't that just Nicholas King and Seth Sykes?
Well, good night.
I love them both.
I love them both. There's room for more.
Sure. Yes. No, I don't disagree.
All right, we're gonna work on that. Go rehearse.
I guess you can go dance.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dance. I'm doing a waltz. It's fast, Robbie. I don't dance.
I'm gonna film it so that we can put it in the next show.
Oh, please put it up on the screen and
it'll play during the Christmas waltz.
Perfect. In 3/4 time. Ba, 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 ba. Perfect.
There it is.
Done. Sold. Everybody, go see Citation Needed. Get your tickets. Thank you so much, Robbie, for being here. I love and appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I love you.